저 kita 시초사는 스타트기 뉴게 하 조크야 사비케야 네 백가시도 안나 나스타팅다 좀나 하건데 저선은 이따 쉐야 아니 나샤 근데 실내라 저선 시초 디도 그 what tsegi orlige foto no ye hotteto ita isa chantal kin ti yu ta han ke to ti ta hot ta tant hotel so ko ko ya le ta han ke to ti ato ti to kota hakot jugono ko ko na no osan le de no osan no asli kel 아도 적아대 어떤 돈 하긴 빛나 쳤다 아도나 호이도 썼다지는 하다 할때서 아코 아시코 옷
There's so many places on the Navajo Nation that are very beautiful and that they need help, like Tsegi Canyon, because they're beautiful places, they're sacred places that support life. Tsegi Canyon, I think, is, obviously humans have been in there for centuries. There's a lot of Anasazi ruins in there. We've seen some old mappings of that area, early 1800 maps, and it shows that there were some ponding, some small lakes in that area, using the area for grazing, and probably the overuse of those vegetation resources led to erosion and the breaching of those little lakes and draining of that whole area. To address the issues caused by the erosion, we hired a consultant who put a design together.
Yeah, so if you turn around right here, here's a picture of this view right here. So this was the condition of the riparian corridor before we got the livestock and the wild horses and put the fence up. And then what we're looking at here is about 14 months later. I mean, the first time I saw the canyon, I was like, wow, if we can just give this place a rest, it's really gonna show us something. So I've been working on Tsegi Canyon for the last 10 years. We started with the contract with the BIA, and our initial task with the project was to get all of the families that are within Tsegi together to start a conversation about restoring a really degraded landscape within that canyon. So my first few years was working with the families and coming up with a vision that was based off of their wisdom and their ideas and vision for the canyon. So back in, I believe it was 2018 is when we did our first actual on-the-ground project. In the fall, the place was just denuded of native vegetation. We went back in the spring with the Gray Eyes family and some other elders and BIA, and it was just one of the most magnificent things for me too, because on one side of the fence, you had the same story, overgrazing, erosion, not much diversity. And then on the other side of the fence that had only gotten 7 months of rest, you had native mint, you had willows everywhere, you had butterflies, you had this amazing ecological uplift happen. There was frogs and tadpoles, and the only tracks we saw were deer tracks. The people that couldn't come see it, we brought it to them, showed them before and after pictures and what was happening. Ida May and Lena Klitzo and Daniel Medigoats in the next canyon over, Dewidjibutwa, they were like, hey, we'd like to do this as well.
When I was about 12, 13, we used to take our sheep up the canyon and camp back there. We had our sheep camp back there. And we used to bring our sheep down here, all the way down to the waterfall, past the waterfall, and then come back up this way. It wasn't like this. This whole canyon, it was a lot greener, a lot of vegetation, a lot of natural springs. There was always water. What can we do is the big question. And the best thing they told us was to see if we can not use the land. And I'm willing and agree of moving my animals off the land and see the results 2-3 years down the road. Our cattle were our main source of income that we used to get. And we're getting older. I'm in my 70s already. The last 6 years, we haven't been able to take them back home to get them branded or sell them. And they have gone wild. So we hire a bunch of boys to do our roundup, and little by little are we catching all of them.
I think so far we've captured in the ballpark of 40, 45 wild bulls, cows, and calves. And you get fencing the livestock out, you're really looking at months before you see substantial ecological uplift. One of the exciting things is some of the tribal youth that have been working with us from the Navajo Nation Climate Change Program.
So my name is Gabriel Sam.
My name is Janelle Hosea.
I go by Nicholas Chischili. Nick.
I'm Keith Howard, and we're the Climate Change Program. One of our biggest priorities is to focus on advocating for our wildlife within the Navajo Nation and bringing restoration and regeneration, like in the Tsegi Canyon. We want to promote habitat growth for our wildlife and bringing that wildlife back into areas like this where they've been pushed out by wild cows and feral horses.
And we're a young team and just starting out, but from there, we hope to build a bigger team and get the word out there about climate change and really understand the effects of it. And then from there, just really focus on the children, because this is going to be their land after us. and they're children's children, so we really try to focus on things like that. And it's really great to see that somebody's out there, putting these projects along, like Fred and his whole group, and BIA, and working together as a team to, not only just put it on paper, but to actually see it. We're gonna go pick some willows, and then from there we're gonna do some pole planting.
We're focusing on the spring areas where there aren't as much of an abundance of native plants or grasses, and you're just kind of giving Mother Earth, some seeds and some love and some work to speed up that process. We harvested all these cottonwoods and a bunch of gooding willow, which are big tree species. So we're going to plant some this spring. We're planting this floodplain to try to promote function and sedimentation. These are all just cuttings, so it's pretty easy, low tech. Cut branch off tree, stick branch in ground to water, watch tree grow, watch everything come back.
What we're doing to Tsegi Canyon and making it healthy and making it vibrant, fits into what else is going on downstream that's part of the bigger picture. This is something that we need to do not just in Tsegi Canyon, but for a lot of areas on the Navajo Nation. We need to look at this as a holistic thing, applying traditional belief systems to this area and seeing it thrive that way, I think is very important. We end our prayers with this term, Hajonahasli. We're back in beauty again, we're back in this state of Hajon again. That's what we thrive for.
Oh! Our great-great-grandparents taught us. They always said there's sheep out there in the pen, in the corral. Hang on to the tail of that sheep. That's your bread and butter right there. You're gonna survive on that. You're gonna raise a family with that sheep right there. That's the way we were taught. This is one of the last cattle that we had in Tsegi Canyon. We do our own butchering like this for our food and to share with all the family. This is going to be made for stir fry with vegetables. none of our people are trying to carry on the traditional ways of life. It's sad. All this modern technology took all that away. Our kids are into that. They don't want to do anything with the livestock or the land. It's very sad to see it. So it's worth sacrificing a lot to try to bring the land back. We're doing this for our next generation. That's our kids and their kids. If they think about it, if they want to make use of that land again, yeah, there's hope.
I've seen the canyon so blue. Oh, I've heard the wind whisper true. I've walked 100 miles. Oh, tomorrow I'll walk 100 more. The pain is washed by the rain. And time flies in the sky. Oh, I try not to hide these crying eyes. For the dream never dies on Kit Carson.